guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate all the love and support you have been giving me. If you're new here and you are still on the friends and you don't know if you want to subscribe, I'm gonna tell you right now, you should. Okay, so as many of you know, I reside in Texas, and we were one of the states who jumped at the opportunity. Like, the president said, power is for the states to decide whether they want to open or not. And over here, we were like, okay, well, we Bible-believing Christians, and we don't fear nothing but God and his wrath. So we outside. And I'm still trying to find someone to assume responsibility for what's going on. However, we're all at fault, because we have and is growing in the number of cases for COVID-19. And it's a little problematic for everybody, because when we decided to open, we didn't enforce, well, actually we tried to enforce like wearing the face covering and all that, but you know, people, if y'all are not gonna take that fine serious, then no one is going to. Okay, and that was one of the problems. One of the problems was people heard the mayor say, oh, we don't really care about the fines that much, so if you don't wear a mask, then there are no consequences, and people ran with that. So now everybody's out and about, people choosing to wear a scarf if they want to, not wearing one if they don't want to, and that caused a whole set of problems for everybody. On top of that, we had the protests going on, and some people wore masks and all that, but other people didn't, and that now is an issue. So companies are now starting to enforce that you have to wear a mask in order to enter the premises. But of course, like, you can't say, oh, you can't come in the store, otherwise we're gonna put you out if you don't have a face covering, which is what I think it should be. Because if you're asking people to wear a mask because not wearing a mask is helping spread COVID-19, then there should be serious but they don't want to do that, and it's a lot. So right now we have spike in the number of cases after I just finished telling like one of my family members, I'm like, oh, you know, we're pretty much up and about, we're ready to go, and my state is like super resilient, we got this, you know, we care about each other and we're gonna make it work. But negativo. So yeah, and please don't judge me by the application of my makeup or my process, because what works for me doesn't necessarily work for you. And if you're a professional anyway, you know, turn the screen, but keep watching and listening. Anyways, I told y'all the condition of the COVID-19 stuff in my city, so that in y'all city y'all can be careful. I know that, oh, everything is open now, you know, everybody's allowed back outside, but what y'all don't understand is a lot of people ain't got money to take that coronavirus test, meaning there might be more cases than reported. Meaning, if you go outside and you slip up for 2 minutes, you're exposing yourself to be infected with the coronavirus. So use everything you got to protect yourself. Make sure you're washing your hands, make sure you're wearing your face covering. Yes, I fully believe this is a conspiracy, but conspiracy or not, it's real and it's out there. So protect yourself, please, and thank you. Next topic, let's go to, y'all, I know like YouTube seems very easy and anybody could do it, and you know, all you gotta do is get on camera, act the fool, and boom, you're gonna get subscribers. That's not how that works. When I first started YouTube, I wanted to be super professional. I wanted to be one of those pages where you could just go get content, sit down, and be able to, like, you know, listen to me talk, preach, and all that. And I'll gain like a super huge following based off of that. But to my rude understanding, whoa, what am I doing? I was doing fine. To my rude understanding, that's not how that works. So YouTube takes a lot of time, effort, energy, especially energy, and a hell of a lot of patience. Yeah, patience. What is that? It's the art of waiting. The art of, you know, just letting things be. And a lot of us ain't got that skill. Well, I'm developing it, because patience is one of the fruits of the spirit. So if you ain't got that fruit, you better ask God. Well, actually, don't even ask God to give you any patient exercises so that you could get it, because honey, asking God to give you some patient exercises so you could develop the skill is kind of asking him to have everybody in the world test your gangster. Yes, test your gangster, because a patient person is gonna look someone in the face of adversity and just be like, it's gonna be okay, or just look at them and be like, calm down. All right, anyways, takes a lot of patience. And in the beginning, I was very obsessed actually with my channel and what I was posting, thinking that, oh, you know, this is what people like, you know, and oh, this content is similar to this person. And what I realized is not, yeah, what I realized in retrospect is that comparison is a thief of joy. What does that mean? That means just keep going at your own pace. Know that you're doing the right thing, and eventually you get in the right place at the right time. That's it. Because you know, I sat there and I'm just like, I'm putting out content, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Why is my channel not growing? And it has nothing to do with your content. It has nothing to do with you know, not putting out quality stuff, or, you know, not reaching out to the right people. It's all patient and a waiting game. I'm at 100 subscribers. I'm talking now, I'm at 10,000 already, and in the name of Jesus, I already see y'all subscribing. So it has absolutely nothing to do with you. Y'all sat there and watched me literally blend every piece of concealer that I had on my face. Y'all forgot to tell me I didn't put any on my nose. Anyways, yeah, so it has nothing to do with the content that you're putting out. It's all the waiting game, honestly. And instead of putting out content you think, and even though I understand, like, you know, you gotta put out what people like, or you gotta put out, look what I did. You gotta put out, relatable content or stuff like that. But how are you gonna tell me to put out what everybody else have out and still be different about it? Like, how many ways can you spell dog? One way, exactly. Meaning, you know, you could put out relatable content, but just put out what applies to you. Because I cannot sit on this camera right here and tell y'all, oh, I'm gonna put out I don't even know what to think about. You see, I can't think about anything outside of me and what I can do as a person. So what I started doing is, instead of thinking about, oh, how does this benefit YouTube, or how does this, you know, content play into the real world, I started thinking, let me just make content that I enjoy. And, you know, if I'm enjoying it, then maybe, just maybe, y'all might like it. And that's my way of being different. That's my way of showcasing my personality and bringing what I have to the table. This is where God's gift, or God's fruit, called patience, come directly into play. Okay? And just trust the process is all you can do. Trust the process. You know, look at other people's videos if you want. You know, you can be inspired by them, but do not copy exactly what they're doing. Because if you do that, that shows, one, you're lazy, and two, you plagiarizing. Don't plagiarize. Just be you. Be your authentic self. If you're shy, just come on here screaming at everybody. And then maybe, just maybe, some of us might be drawn to that. So don't get discouraged because you're putting out content and, you know, you don't feel like you're getting the recognition that you deserve. People like me, I'm stuck at 100 subscribers. 115, and I'm very thankful for all y'all. But like, a sis gets frustrated sometimes. Just like, where the rest of my people at? Why are people not subscribing to my channel? Oh my god, I did not use this to try to blend. Oh god, the blending sponge. But yeah, I'm like, where are the rest of the people? You know, my watch count and my subscriber count, some of my videos, they don't add up. And sometimes it gets a little frustrating because I'm just like, where is my growth? What is happening? Am I good enough? And I get a little bit discouraged, but just gotta keep going, keep waiting. It'll grow over time. Rome was not built in a day. So if you're contemplating starting a channel, do it. You know, do it. Don't let videos of how to start a YouTube channel, don't let videos like that and what they're saying discourage you, all because you don't think you have what it takes, or the algorithm may not recognize you. It's just trial and error. Just try it. You have nothing to lose. Try it. Start the channel. Start the business. Start whatever you want to do. You can do it. Whatever you want to have, you can have it. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't. Okay? People like me is going to tell you that, you know, on the way, though, there are going to be obstacles that you have to face, and I want you to be prepared for it by developing this thing called coping skills. If you develop coping skills, you will be able to handle rejection, because everything is not going to be a yes, you know? Everything is not going to be, oh, sure, welcome. That's not how it's going to be. And I want you to know that in the real world, nobody hands you anything. Okay? So that's why it may seem like I'm a little hard on people when I'm like, oh, you know, with the school and the education and stuff like that, don't think you're going to go to college and then you're going to get a silver platter or silver spoon handed to you when you're finished, because you're not. And some youths are not equipped because in childhood they have either too sheltered or not sheltered at all, but they have not developed coping skills or have a coping mechanism. That way, if they feel like, you know, they're entitled to succeed and someone's standing in front of them telling them no, instead of looking for alternatives, they just take that no and they carry it for the rest of their lives. And that's not going to work here. You know why? Because God gave you life. Okay? And he specifically never told us when the expiration is on our life, meaning do what you got to do. You got all the time well, you don't have all the time in the world, but we're on God's time. Okay? And the Bible tells us that God died so that we may have life and have it more abundantly. So that life that God gave you, make a life with it. He said that your gifts and your talents will make a way for you. So do that. Okay? Is what I'm saying. So I'm not trying to discourage anybody, and I didn't want to discourage anybody. That was not the purpose of, you know, that video, the Black Lives Matter video, or anything like that when it comes to school and racism. It's just something that needs to be talked about because it's really happening. All right. So I'm probably not supposed to use my foundation brush with a translucent powder or loose powder, but I'm gonna do it anyway because this is my process on how I do my face, which is almost never, but I think I'm doing pretty good. So I think this process is called baking, right? I'm baking my cheeks and then I'll go back to my eyes. But yes, you guys, so what's been going on with me? I'm in this season of my life where I'm not confused, but I don't even know what to say. I'm figuring it out, I guess I should say. I'm figuring it out. What do you mean you're figuring it out? What you got to figure out? You got everything that you want. It looks like it, don't it? I don't. I do not. Let me tell you something. No one is perfect. Okay? Meaning that there are always room for improvement. Meaning I have room for improvement and I have room to figure it out. This is not my final destination, and I have so much that God planted in me and in y'all that we have to get done that we have not been getting done. So recently, in the wake of, you know, my job and everything, I decided to open a business. It wasn't anything like, you know, that I was thinking about for a very long time and I wanted to do it, which is why I never made a big deal about it. I just feel like as Black women and Black men in American society, we need more than one stream of income. So I decided that I was going to create this lip gloss line. Do you wear lip gloss or lipstick? Y'all see my videos. Do you ever see me wearing lipstick or anything cosmetic related? Barely, exactly. So I wanted to make a product that complements your lips, but it's not like too much. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want it to be like super pigmented or anything like that, because I'm not that person and that's not what I like. And not to say that that's not what y'all gonna like, but it's just like, I feel like my purpose in life is to give you something that you would genuinely want. I don't want to sell anything to anybody that they don't want. So my lip glosses, they highlight your lips, your natural color lips, meaning it doesn't matter if it's pink, blue, orange, green with a little glitter, it's always going to be clear, or it's always going to, it's not going to leave a stain. And that's what I wanted. That's what I was going for. And in the middle of me you know, launching not launching, but like making the lip glosses, I was like, ooh, what goes good with some sassy lips, some sassy eyes? Exactly, because that's my next best feature. I don't know how true this is, but the lady from MAC told me when she was doing my makeup for prom, and I have believed her then, and I believe her now, and I'll always believe her. So apparently my eyes is kind of cute. Like right now my eyebrows are done. Like I got them waxed not too long ago, and she was just like, oh, you know, your eye socket, they're really cool, they have so much space for powder and opportunity. And I was like, oh, that's cool. But I should have asked her was to show me how to do it, because y'all was about to laugh at me for this next segment. So anyways, yeah, I'm figuring it out, okay? Figuring it out. So Simone, what is your end goal? What do you want out of life? A lot. I want everything out of life that God has for me, right? But I cannot ignore that the number one purpose of my life is to win souls for the kingdom, right? Kingdom building, kingdom relationship. So that's why I take it serious when people come into my life, because they're not coming in vain. Matter of fact, people come into your life, they come for two reasons. They come for one, a reason, or a season, okay? So for all of my friends on here that like to hold on to things, that are hoarders, not like possession hoarders, but you are a people hoarder, meaning you know some people aren't good for you and you still continue to keep them around in your life, all because of whatever excuse you choose to tell yourself. That's okay, because that used to be me. I'm here to tell you right now, it doesn't matter what your zodiac sign is. You don't hold on to toxic people, because they're going to drag you down. And when they're finished dragging you, you're going to have to be the one left to pick up the pieces that they left you to deal with, okay? So before you choose another time to make a bad mistake and allow someone to linger in your life when you know that their season is expired, you are hindering God's process. What? How can I hinder God's process? Well, hinder God's process when you keep people in your life that ain't supposed to be there because you're holding up traffic and they're not paying rent. So if I were you, get out. I don't care how. I don't care how you leave. Get out. I don't know why some of y'all keep holding on to these people knowing they don't belong there. All you're doing is pushing yourself back. And then what happens? Not even what happens. What I don't like is for y'all to sit there having a guilt trip. Do you understand? Like, life is short. Meaning whatever day passed, you don't get it back. So if you know you're not going to get a day back, why waste it on people that don't belong there? You understand? You could be having like the best experience with the person who's supposed to be there, opposed to sitting there arguing or thinking about an argument that happened with a person that's not supposed to be there. Some of y'all care too much. All you're supposed to care about is your life, your salvation, your relationship with Jesus Christ, and how you paying your bill. You ain't supposed to worry about that. God don't want you worrying about that, because he's your provider. But that's all you're supposed to be worried about. So before, matter of fact, not even, I know the problem. The problem is you Allow them to tell you that without them in your life, you're not going to be anywhere. And that's deadly right there. Because some people really sit there and after hearing it so much, they start believing it. And that's my problem right there. Because that person ain't never gave you life. They barely gave you $1. You're going to live, honey. It's a psychological hold that you got to break. Because if you sit there believing that you need people, you're never going to be you. You probably don't even know who you are because you allowed everybody to tell you what to do all the time. You gave up the power you had to choose and refuse for this person because you need them there in your decision making. You need them there in everything. And that's wrong. It's wrong. And that's why it's so hard to let them go, because you got the psychological hold, or they have the psychological hold over you. Cut it out. Cut it out today, cut it out tomorrow, but tomorrow turns into next year turns into never. So do it now, okay? Get those people out of the way right now, because y'all don't understand the meaning of toxic till you look it up, and it states, you know, after a prolonged period of time, it starts affecting you. It starts affecting your growth. Get rid of toxic people ASAP, no Rocky, before it causes an explosion in your life. Or am I talking about explosive? Toxic people are explosive. Get them out. Get them out. Love people from afar. No one should have so much power over you that you cannot choose not to talk to them anymore. I don't understand what it is. You don't have anything to lose. You're better off without them. How many times do I have to tell that to you? How many times? Let them go. I had to do the same too. It took me a very long time. I woke up that morning. I sent a 7-paragraph message. Shouldn't have never done that, but I was clearing my mind, clearing the airway of my life. And after that, I became unstoppable. I would have never gotten to where God wanted me to be had I held on to certain people. Okay? And he's probably holding some of your blessings back because it cannot flow if you allow that person to stay there in your life. For this next section, we're going to cut and increase. See? We in sync. Cutting and increasing them people away. Okay? Did I do the front or the back? Let's do the front. Oh my God, that's a lot. Jesus, this is going to be interesting. But, yeah. It took me a while, y'all. And this is why... Oops. This is why I am the way I am. It's why I value friendship, and I take it to a very high level. And I understand that expectation leads to disappointment, but if you don't have no expectations, sweetie, you're gonna fall for anything. Somebody's gonna tell you jump, you're gonna be like, how high, instead of just saying, oh, can you please explain to me why we're jumping? And someone with power would sit there asking you, can you explain to me why we're jumping? Which is why I do not apologize for just following along. This is not going to be a tyrant situation. If we are friends, I should have a say in what goes on. And some of y'all give up your rights to say or have a say in what's going on when you ignore certain things and you let your friend take control. No, you have a voice to use it. God gave you a voice, use it. Let's take back who we are and not fall victim to people who are narcissistic, okay? Because that right there is a recipe for disaster. And if you're in a relationship with a narcissistic person, I don't even know how to tell you get out. This is beyond me. You should seek counseling, because that's the only way. Or actually, it doesn't have to be beyond me. You could just, I don't want to do it anymore, and walk away. Damn, Simone, you talking like it's so easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. See what I did to myself right here? But I'll fix that. It's not easy, but it's not impossible. And the word tells you that what's impossible with man is possible with God. That's what the word tells you. Okay, I think I played myself with that concealer, but pardon me. Take back your power. Yeah, the one that God gave you to be or not to be. And live. You don't need people in your life. And I believed that for a very long time. And the funniest thing is when I sent the girl that I used to be friends with, when I sent her the paragraphs, the 7 paragraphs I told y'all about, she responded to me saying, no man is an island. And while I told her she was wrong in the moment, she wasn't wrong, she was right. No man is an island, meaning everybody needs somebody. And I believe that. But, you know, you don't have to compromise your character. You shouldn't have to compromise who you are. You shouldn't have to not have a choice in what you want or not what you don't want, all because of someone that's in your life. And some people are just narcissistic. Some people are just naturally manipulative and, you know, what have you doing things that you yourself normally would not do. And I'm not saying like it's solely the other person's fault. It's your fault too because you allowed it. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you that people don't influence people, because I am a living proof that people do influence people. And that it can stunt your growth. So, take back your life before it's too late. Because if it's too late, you're going to be 50 years old talking about, I wish I woulda, I wish I coulda, I wish I shoulda. And sweetheart, shoulda, coulda, woulda did not, because I sat here and I told you to take back your power now before it's too late. Because there is a threshold where it becomes too late. And I don't want y'all to get to that threshold. That threshold is old. So if you want to keep laying around and taking your chances, then by every means. But I'm giving you gems here. Please put it in a jewelry box. It don't make sense cutting and increasing this color because it's not getting any brighter. Unless I'm putting it on wrong. Can y'all see that? Of course y'all can see it. It's hella bright and not properly applied. This eyeshadow palette was super cheap. I'm not even gonna lie about it. Because people pay for what they value. And makeup, my friend, is not my forte. I'm gonna tell you why it's not my forte. So when I was younger, my grandfather gave me some money to buy something nice for Christmas, right? That's me. I'm in Grenada. I have to be like 11 or 10 years old, right? And he gave me money, tell me buy myself something nice for Christmas. He usually does that like every Christmas when we were over there for my brother and I and my rest pardon me, the other cousins. And he gave me some money for Christmas, and I took the money and I bought some makeup by the lady in Guelph. I'm not gonna say her name because y'all not gonna know her anyway. And the palette was beautiful. I had an eye pencil, I had mascara, I had eyeshadow, I had the works, because I was trying to venture off into something. And this is what discouraged me. So when I was in Grenada, I used to go to church, right? And one time in church, they wanted me to read a scripture reading because I had to read it one time and I read it really well. So they wanted me to read it again. So they arranged for one Sunday for me to come and read the scripture reading. Now, I want to look nice when reading the scripture reading. So your girl went on and put on makeup. I put on eyeshadow, I put eye pencil, but I put the eye pencil on my eyebrow because that's what I thought it was initially for. Eye pencil, eyebrow, right? Anyways, I don't know if I forgot, because you know, if you're not used to wearing makeup, you forget you have it on and be doing like craziness. So I forget I put eye pencil on my eyebrows, and then I over here trying to fix it, making sure it's nice and, you know, doesn't look like caterpillars on my face. I'm over here doing this or whatever, and I ended up spreading my eyelash. So y'all already know there's pencil on my eye. I'm over here rubbing it down, so it came all the way down here. This came all the way down here, right? I go up there, I'm reading, and my aunt could not let me live. She didn't let her sister be great. Oh my god, I had makeup on and I just did the same thing, but my eyebrow didn't run because I don't have anything on it. But she didn't let her sister live, y'all. She could have came up there. She could have been like, give me 1 second so I could fix her up, and then she'll be back to read or something. This woman sat there and she laughed. You guys, she laughed. Laughed really, really loud. And I'm over there like, what is she laughing at? What is so funny? And then my grandmother, you're looking at her, and my grandma was just kind of like, hey, don't do that now, don't do that. Hey, what are you? So she was really upset. My grandmother was pissed off. You guys, I still didn't know what she was laughing at when I finished reading and I was sitting down on a chair. One might tell me go in the bathroom. When I went to the bathroom, y'all, my eyebrows are parting ways. Oh my god. Oh god. So after that, I was so embarrassed. I never ever ever wanted to touch makeup ever again in my life, and I didn't. I did not. Until like prom and all that. Well, not prom, but senior dinner and then all that. So that's my story on why I never got good, because I would have been an MUA, okay, if this lady didn't laugh at me. But maybe that was just God saying that's not for you. Anyways, I'm gonna attempt to do this right here. Please do not look at me and look at myself. Don't laugh at me. All right, hold on there, audio. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna do it. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna try this one first. This one looks the closest to what I'd wear. So let's get it on. And here goes nothing. No mal. Not bad. It's just really long. Jesus Christ. I'm about to fly away with these long eyelashes. They're like propellers on my eyelash. Alright, I'm gonna try it one more time so y'all know I'm not playing around with like flying. Alright, and for the other one, this is super exaggerated. It's actually hurting the corner of my eyes, meaning I'm probably gonna take it off, but this completes the look. So we gotta suck it up, honey. Alright, I don't know who told me to put eyeliner on before putting on eyelashes. That was the most not smart thing I've ever done for the past 3 hours. Come on. Stick. Jesus. Please help your daughter with this eyelash. Even though I know you're probably saying, I gave you eyelashes. I don't understand why you trying to. I'm sorry, Lord. Jesus Christ, and these umbrellas over my eyelids. Okie dokie. For the finishing touches, I'm going to be using my Sassy Lips lip gloss. See this? First of all, I'm looking in the wrong mirror. Like I said, it doesn't matter what color your lips are or what color the lip gloss is. Actually, it'll always apply clear. It wouldn't leave a stain. This, my friend, is the final look. I am feeling to rip off this eyelash because it's bugging me. It really is. It's too much. But how y'all like my face? I know my eyeshadow needs a little bit more work, but I'm getting ready to go to my living room. I just told y'all about the spiking cases of coronavirus in Texas. You think I'm going outside? No. I already went and got me the large chicken, so I'm going to go downstairs and I'm going to enjoy it. Okay? So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And without further ado, I'm hoping to see you in my next video.